There you go. There you go again on a fresh Monday morning, the 8th of September, 2025. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to the OK Morning Rush. After a break, we're back here with another week of activities. Brand new week. Thanks to all of you for always joining us this in the morning. Wherever you are this morning, wherever you're going, however you're listening, whatever medium you are using to listen, we'd like to say good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's a privilege and an opportunity to sit here in the morning to talk to all of you wonderful people. The president, I'm sure, is off for the UN General Assembly. I'm very sure of that. Or will be off in the next couple of days. He's nominated a new Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. We'll talk more about it. But good morning to all of you. If today's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Some of the schools are opening today. Others will be opening on Monday, whatever the situation is. Those of you who were successful, you passed to the next class. Congratulations. You made your parents proud. My name is Piso. Taking a very short break to be right back here on the OK Morning Rush. It's on a Monday. We'll be back. The appointment now of Steve Queer has gotten rid of all the speculations. Because every day there were different names coming up. Everybody speculating, people assuming, and all kinds of rumors. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning, we will play host to a very high-profile official of the European Union. That's the European Union Special Representative to the Sahel. Yes, you know when I tell you we'll host him, we'll host him. We'll be here tomorrow, right there on the Morning Rush. Let's come back.
This on me with an emergency. How do I manage again?
But I know. Why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I won't go first to credit me. Then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
EcoBank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they get you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR signed it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Pray any tomorrow morning, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the form quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can't even ask you for collateral set.
I go with there right now, no wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so, I will pay back quick so I can credit again. EcoBank now easy, oh. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Tatu, where you dey go? Where you dey find?
Why they ask me that kind of question? Say where I dey go? Where I dey go? I dey come. You don't hit my car.
You Menju, why you walking and talking all by yourself so?
My sister, the car business are really thinking about so to get car in this country is really not easy. Since I put in for my cars and other goods, it is almost 1 year I can't get anything.
But it says stranger who always asks don't miss their way. Haven't you heard about urban used cars and auto parts?
You mean urban used cars and auto parts?
Yes, urban used cars and auto parts is 100% Liberian-owned business. With urban used cars and auto parts, you can purchase your new cars, used cars, and all cars parts directly from America for an affordable price. Urban used cars and auto parts can also help you ship your barrels, your boxes, containers, and other goods from your relatives abroad within just 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow, this is a good news. Where can I find urban used cars and auto parts?
If you are in Liberia, Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts is located Fish Market, Tottenham Boulevard, Monrovia, Liberia. And in the USA, 220 10th Street, Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, 19015, United States of America. You can also visit their Facebook page, Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts International, or call cell number +231 887 012218.
Thank you for this information. I am visiting Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts to begin the process of my car and other goods.
Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts. Our goal is to allow Liberians have access to buying things from America without being cheated.
Attention, attention, attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house.
This is OKFM 99.5. Unfortunately, I have to inform all of you that we are taking a break. There seem to be some very serious technical issues here, and our technicians will have to resolve those issues. At 9 o'clock this morning, we will do a relay from 9 to 11 this morning from ELBC. I'm told the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Kpehe Gafwan, will be at on ELBC this morning, and so we'll do a relay of that show. But at the moment, we are going off the air because of technical advice from our technicians. If they advise us that we should resume broadcast, we will resume broadcast as soon as possible. But we will resume broadcast probably before 9 o'clock. That I can assure you, because the indications I'm getting is that we can continue on the show. Our technicians have just signaled that we can continue on the show. So we'll be back.
Relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it, and soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834-944 or 0770-581-420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Liberia, it's time for a new journey, a journey of power, performance, and reliability. CCAR Motors has rebranded. Welcome to the all-new CFA Mobility Liberia, your trusted provider of world-class vehicles, motorcycles, and trucks. With Toyota, experience, strength, innovation, and adventure like never before. Built for Liberia's toughest roads. You need power and performance? Mitsubishi delivers toughness, efficiency, and performance for every job. And for those who move fast and ride with style, Yamaha Motorcycle provides unbeatable speed, durability, and comfort. At CFA Mobility Liberia, we don't just sell vehicles, we provide expert servicing, genuine parts, and lifetime support to keep you moving. Visit us today and experience the new CFA Mobility Liberia. Same trusted quality, brand new experience.
Okay, I'd like to welcome you back to the OK Morning Rush. Thanks to our technicians who work out the magic. And so we'll continue on the show this morning. We got a signal from them that we should immediately shut it down. But as soon as we're making those pronouncements, we receive another message that we can continue and that all is set. The jihadist group Boko Haram has killed more than 60 people in an overnight attack in Nigeria's northeastern Borno state, local officials say. On Friday night, militants struck the village of Daru Jamal, home to a military base on the Nigerian-Cameroonian border, killing at least 5 soldiers. The Nigerian Army Force or Air Force said it killed 30 militants in strikes after receiving reports of the raid on the village, where residents had recently returned following years of displacement. The attack comes amid a resurgence in jihadist activity in Nigeria's northeast, with Boko Haram fighters and ravers, the West African branch of the Islamic State group, stepping up attack. Okay, with that story, we come back home right here on the OK Morning Rush. And so, like I said, tomorrow 8 o'clock, we will host a high-profile European Union official, the EU Special Representative for the Sahel region. He will be here in the studio as our guest. Thanks to all of you, man, for always listening to us. If today's your birthday, we'd like to say happy birthday. So our reporter Fatou Abigail Kamara is in China. Tomorrow we will speak to Fatou on the show, or probably Julius will speak to her tomorrow afternoon on the show. Fatou is attending a conference in China. Thanks to the Chinese embassy for affording our management the opportunity to nominate one of our reporters to go to China. And after 2 returned, Nyanti Tokba and Masa Kanentele. We are grateful to the Chinese embassy. So tomorrow, Fatou will give us details about the conference there in China. She's in Beijing and one other city. She will talk to us more about that. This morning, we'll talk to Smith Toby. Smith Toby is the head of communications for the Musa Abilities Citizens Movement for Change. They were recently in Kwanuboni in Lofa County. Ahead of abilities going there. We saw yellow machines going there. I don't know for what. Was it taken there by ability to grade some of the roads there, or what? Was it a part of the process to get new membership for his parties? Smith Toby will tell us more. Did they grade any road there? Did the CMC grade any road there? They will tell us all about those things. I will also speak to suspended Moravia Consolidated School Assistant Superintendent James Mumbo. Variety News reported that while being suspended, he was still on the government of Liberia's payroll. And so we'll also talk to him about that. There's some issues with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but our sources are still talking to us. Once we have all of the information, we'll be telling you about some of the things unfolding at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs under the leadership of Sarah Beslo Nyanfe. So we're coming back. Like I said, 9 o'clock, we'll join ELBC for a relay with the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. So let's go to the Executive Mansion and talk about this. President Joseph Yuma Boakai. President Boakai departs Liberia for a series of key official activities in the United States, with the 80th section of the United Nations General Assembly at the top. He will engage in bilateral and partnership discussions, address the UN General Assembly, and convene the first ever, they say, Liberia National Diaspora Conference. All is set at the Roberts International Airport. His Excellency the President is about to depart Liberia. Following the demands of Sylvester Grisby, President Joseph Boakai has nominated Samuel Steve Quia to serve as Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. This critical appointment highlights the President's commitment to ensuring dynamic, effective, and principled leadership at the highest levels of government. The nomination, which is subject to confirmation by the Liberian Senate, marks a significant milestone in the ongoing efforts to strengthen governance, ensure continuity, and promote a culture of service, accountability, and national duty and national unity. Pending the conclusion of the Senate's constitutional recess, Steve Quia has been authorized to act in this capacity, ensuring continuity and stability in the management of the presidential affairs. The Minister of State for Presidential Affairs is a central figure in the executive branch, acting as the primary coordinator of the President's agenda, overseeing the effective administration of the office of the President and serving as a vector linked between the presidency and other arms of government. The role demands delegation, professionalism, sound judgment, sound judgment, and unwavering loyalty to the Republic of Liberia. As the main steward of the presidential office, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs is charged with coordinating the day-to-day operations of the presidency, advising the President on matters of national importance and policy implementation, ensuring seamless communication between the office of the President and other ministries and agencies, overseeing the preparation and execution of presidential engagements, both national and international, fostering a culture of integrity, efficiency, and public service within the executive branch, representing the President in key intergovernmental and diplomatic forum as designated. In the office, in the official communication address to Steve Quia, President Boakai expressed a strong confidence in the nominee's ability to uphold the values and fulfill the duties of the office with distinction. The President emphasized the importance of integrity, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to the Republic, stating, it is my firm expectation that you will discharge the duties of this high office with dedication, professionalism, and loyalty to the Republic. The role you are assuming is central to the coordination of the affairs of the presidency, and I'm confident that you will bring to it the integrity, judgment, and commitment required. President Boakai extended his congratulations to Steve Quia and wished him every success as he embarks on this significant responsibility in service to the nation. Steve Quia brings a wealth of experience and distinguished record of public service to his new role. With a background in administration and public policy, he has served in various capacities with government and the private sector, earning a reputation for the integrity, strategic thinking, and delegation to national duty. He also served as chief of staff for the entire 12 years of the incumbency of then Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Joe Boakai. Okay, so congratulations to Steve T. Quia, the newly nominated Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the position is subject to confirmation by the Liberian Senate. However, the president has instructed that Mr. Steve Quia assume the role immediately, acting in that capacity until the Liberian Senate returns from recess, where all of the procedures for confirmation will be put in place so that he will appear before the Liberian Senate. For those of you who do not know, Sam Steve Quia or Samuel Steve Quia or Stephen, his name is not Samuel, Steve Quia. Steve Quia is not a stranger to His Excellency Joseph Boakai. When President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was elected in 2005 and Joseph Boakai became the president immediately in 2006, Joe Boakai appointed Steve Quia as his chief of office staff. And Steve Quia ran the vice president's office for the 12 years Joseph Boakai was vice president of Liberia. Steve Quia was the chief of office staff in the office of the president. So no wonder why the president had to nominate him, because he's not a stranger based on his records. If you serve somebody for 12 years, the president would have known you better. I know Boakai got to know Steve Quia, I'm sure, before appointing him to play that role. So those of you who don't know, he's no stranger to Boakai. He was Boakai's chief of office staff for the 12 consecutive year Boakai was vice president. Beyond that, a lot of you don't know, Steve Quia is not just a politician and a diplomat, he's also a journalist. Steve Quia worked with the Liberia Broadcasting System. I think the last position he ever served there was Assistant Director General for News and Public Affairs, when those positions existed. I don't know whether it is still there, but he was head of news. He went, on and on and on, and became Assistant Director General for News and Public Affairs. Beyond that, Steve Quia is a radio trainer. Steve Quia is a radio trainer. How do I know? Steve Quia trained me. Steve Quia trained us. Steve Quia was one of those hired by the United Nations mission in Liberia at that time to go around to train community radio journalists. So Steve Quia was part of the many people who trained us as way back as in 2004. Following the sensation of hostilities in 2003, Mexico came to this country, and Mexico was going around establishing one original community radio station in each of the counties. What happened was, before the coming of Mexico into Liberia, there were a lot of community radio stations in the different counties. When Mexico came, Mexico had only one transmitter for each of the county. And that was part of efforts to talk about peace, to talk about progress and unity, and all these things were going on. Mexico had only one transmitter. So the thing was, they were encouraging all of the radio stations in each of the county to come together and form a single radio station. What the strength of the transmitter at that time, they were giving, I think 35 or 50 watt. If my friends Jefferson, Armstrong, Robert, Jerry, any of you listening, you can help me up on that one if I forgot. But I think they were giving 35 watt or 50 watt transmitter. And so as part of that process, all of us, some of our friends like Jefferson and others were with Radio C'est La Vie, we were with Radio Marillion, other people were with different radio stations. So Steve Quia was one of those who trained us at Den-El. I can remember very well, way back 2004. That's when I started to know him as a radio trainer. He mentored us on news gallery and presentation. I remember very, very well. And we were in our prime, man. Guys coming up, So I'm just trying to give you his media link, so he's no stranger to the Liberian media, the new minister. And then when Boakai, they now in 2017, Steve Quia worked, I'm sure, at Slow Metal as one of the superintendents there. And then when Bouaka won, obviously, Bouaka will have to call him because he was chief of his staff. So he's not a stranger in the role he's about to play, because the chief of office staff to the vice president, in my own ranking, is almost like deputy minister of state in the office of the vice, or you are also the minister of state. In other words, I'm saying in my own ranking now. That is not part of the government structure. So he was chief of office staff to the vice president. So it's nothing new, except that even though he had a bigger scope because he was the vice president of the country, but now he will have a larger scope, or one of the largest scopes, as the chief of office staff and the minister of state for the country. So I'm just trying to give you the link. So he's a journalist, he's a media trainer. He trained me, he trained other people, and that's it. Now, there is a difference between Steve Tikwa and Sam Steve Kwea. Steve Tikwa is a guy who used to be in the music thing. He is now a representative of Riverside County. I try to break all these things down so you have an appreciation. So that the representative of Riverside County is Tikwa. Every time you think about Seyu Tikwa of Army Radio, then I think it is his brother. So the representative of Riverside County is Steve Tikwa. The other man is Stikwa. So the other man is T. The other man is S. So like you were saying, STEVEQUOA, something like that. But the other man is T. Tikwa. Steve Kwea. So don't get it mixed up. So if you were ever thinking whether it is the sitting Riverside representative, the president nominated, no, he's not the one. The one who the president nominated is Steve Kwea, and the sitting Riverside lawmaker is T. Kwea. So there is a big difference between the both of them. I try to make it clear because I already see some confusion on Facebook. A lot of people. Maurice Bleti sent me a text. He said, Clarence, I'm also one of his mentees. Yes. So the new minister, the nominated Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Steve Kwea, obtained a master's in administration from a university in the U.S., I think in Massachusetts. He also earned a bachelor degree in political science from the United Methodist University. So he's been around. He served both the private and the public sector. So he's no stranger here. He understands most of the issues. He's been around. Okay. So like I said, the president is off to the States, and probably the executive mansion will issue a statement later as to who's going to act, who's going to coordinate. Every time the president travels, the president get to coordinate the cabinet is not the acting president. There has never been acting president before. There will always be the coordinator of the cabinet in the absence of the president. However, that person runs the cabinet or runs the country in telephone conversation with the president. So you always hear, while away, President Bouaka has nominated a president to chair the cabinet. So you can't call that president acting president. No, there has never been any acting president here. Whoever will be put in charge. Many a times, sometimes it is the Minister of Justice. It depends on the president's choice. Sometimes it's the Minister of Justice. Sometimes it's the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. But he has never been acting president. So his full name is Samuel Steve Kwea. His full name is Samuel Steve Kwea. Samuel. So he's triple S. Samuel Steve Kwea. So that why a lot of people just say Sam Steve Kwea. Samuel is, you can just say Sam. The same way William. A lot of people, anytime you hear people calling people Bill, most of the time the person's name is William. So people will call William Bill. So you call Samuel Sam. But his full name is Samuel Steve Kwea. So that is his full name. Okay, with that being said, we will make some rounds now and get information on some of the issues that have been going around that you've been hearing. By the way, we are hearing about a special meeting today at the University of Liberia. the UL faculty and the university's administration and the board, they've been having different discussions aimed at getting the faculty to return to the classroom. Our understanding is that those discussions are making significant progress. Today, the faculty is going to be meeting either in an emergency meeting or something like that to take a decision. And if what I'm hearing from around the faculty is something to go by, my sources are telling me that the faculty will return to the classroom. Especially, the thing became very tough. The faculty was agitating for their adjunct faculty and other people, and then the adjunct faculty issued a statement distancing itself from. So it became very complex, and it became a lot of complex thing, and all these kinds of things started happening. So, but the good thing is discussions are on. It's not always a good thing for us to get people protesting. Sometimes these people don't want to leave the classroom, but sometimes the condition can take them on. When you are in leadership and the people you are leading are complaining, and you in-house, there are attempts to resolve it, but it is not being resolved. Sometimes the only option people have is to do what exactly they do. Sometimes they stay away. It's just part of efforts to trickle the government, to bring the government to the spot, to remind the government that, look, we are not happy. We are not happy, and a lot of discussions we have to take place. Okay, this is the OK Morning Rush. Let's take the fact check segment, today's edition of the fact check segment. When we come back, we do some of the calls around and talk other issues. We'll be right back.
Good day and welcome to the fact check segment. This segment debunks disinformation and it provides the verified facts of statements made online and on the radio. My name is Siawe Meapu, and today we'll be fact-checking claims made in the last couple of days. To begin with, on September 4, Senator Darius Delohin claimed during a Senate committee hearing that the education sector was allotted US $119 million in the 2025 national budget. His remark came after the University of Liberia president Dr. Lily Mapaye warned lawmakers that dilapidated facilities and severe budget shortfalls were fueling staff unrest and threatening the university's reopening. To verify the claim, we reviewed the 2025 national budget, which shows that the government of Liberia allocated US $119,000.7 million to the education sector. Therefore, we conclude that Senator Delohin's claim is mostly correct. The education sector was actually allotted US $119,000.7 million in fiscal year 2025 budget. During the same hearing with the University of Liberia administration, River G County Senator Francis Dopo, he claimed that the institution received a US $1 million allotment in the 2024 national budget for renovation and rehabilitation. He further stated that the university expanded the amount, citing the General Auditing Commission's audit of the consolidated financial statement for fiscal year 2024. A review of the 2024 budget by our search confirmed an allotment of US $1 million to the University of Liberia under budget code 0217, renovation and rehabilitation. We also reviewed the 2025 budget and found that this line recorded an outturn of US $1 million for fiscal year 2024, indicating that the amount was actually spent. In budgeting, the outturn reflects the actual spending and revenue collection for the fiscal year. Based on this fact, we therefore conclude that Senator Dopo's claim that the University of Liberia received a US $1 million allotment in 2024 for renovation and rehabilitation is correct. And finally, on September 5, DN News Liberia posted a video claiming that officers of the Painesville City Corporation were undergoing training. The footage, which has since gone viral, shows several men, allegedly PCC officers, rolling on the ground in the mud, suggesting it was part of training activities. To fact-check this claim, we first reviewed the video, which indeed shows the compound of the Pinsville City Corporation with men believed to be PCC officers. We then contacted the PCC through its public relations officer, Jeremiah Dijen. Mr. Dijen confirmed the authenticity of the video but clarified that the scene was not a training exercise as reported by DN News and widely shared online. According to him, the officers in the video were being punished for abandoning their duty post, an action that brought serious embarrassment to the Pinsville City Police. He further explained that all official training for the Pinsville City Police takes place at the Liberia National Police Training Academy, not at the PCC compound. This is all we have time for on today's edition of the Fact Check segment. The segment is part of an MOU between Local Voices Liberia, OKFM, Prime FM, and Cal Radio to counter disinformation to help the public make informed decisions. This MOU is funded by the Liberia Media Empowerment Project implemented by Internews with funding from the European Union. The funder partner Hano say in the editorial decision leading to the production of this Fact Check segment. We will be back with more Fact Check reports to help you know the facts. But if you want us to fact check a claim for you, please send us a text to WhatsApp on 0777 556296 and we will check for you. Also follow us on Facebook at Local Voices Liberia, on Twitter at LVL Fact Check, and go to our website at www.localvoicesliberia.com. I am Siawe Miapu. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thanks there to Siawe and the theme at Local Voices Liberia for all you do for our country. At Asila Metal, Mr. Steve Quia was the head of the Department of Corporate Services. He was the head of the Department of Corporate Services at Asila Metal. And he was responsible. He was managing schools. He was managing Asila Metal operated hospitals. He was managing estates. He was managing transport, and he was managing communication. He had a very big scope doing his service with Asila Metal, Liberia. So when he left the office of the then vice president, he had a job with Asila Metal, and he was there. Okay, we now have on the line the suspended superintendent of the Monrovia Consolidated School System, Mr. James Mumbo. Like I told you recently, Variety News published a news online that while being suspended, he is still on the government's payroll at a different bank. Mr. Momo reached out to us and he thought it was important to speak on the matter. Mr. Momo, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence, and thank you for giving me the opportunity
to
make this clarity today.
How are you? How is life treating you in the midst of everything?
Well, I'm doing fine. No, Clarence, when you come to leadership and you came there with a clear focus, goal set to transform your country, whatever the situation is, those are temptations. You don't get frustrated by them. So I still remain focused. I still stand with my vision, lifting Liberia out of poverty through quality delivery of educational services to the good people of Liberia.
Okay. Now, before we go into what I call you for, did you see this thing coming? Do you still believe that you did absolutely nothing wrong?
Clarence, nothing wrong. Absolutely. Look, I said the biggest crime ever committed is my refusal to get involved in corrupt practices and my commitment to reshaping the education sector in Liberia.
Oh,
Look, look, I tell you what, LACC will come up with their report. Clarence, if I were involved in corrupt 1.6 million, I have 1.6 million, I'm still around here. Just imagine, lies. So this lie that he just brought up, I expected this because I know that the same fellow who has been involved in spreading misinformation, lies, Emmanuel Robertson, is still around. So there he is at the MCSS now.
okay.
You know,
Even though
I never tell you, this fellow, 12 different, more than that, complaints were filed to the board. The board never took an action. This fellow even made an attempt. He gathered some guys to go and burn that place. We caught them. I wrote the board chair. He took no action. And this guy continued to spread lies.
But Mr. Mumbo, if you wrote 12 different complaints against an individual to the board and the board did not take any action, it means that the complaints lacked substance. There were no merits.
Clarence, do you know the reason why some of the board members are not even active? Is because the board chair single-handedly was taking decision. You understand? And those complaints were not only filed by me. The Teachers Association filed complaint. The students filed complaint against this very man for his unprofessional and unethical.
Okay, let's move on. You know, even though when people get 1.6 million, they can put it all in their pocket, be in their hands. Some people know how to take care of money. So, but have you been impacted by the Anti-Corruption Commission? Have you answered to any question?
Of course, I've been there. And Clarence, let me just make a point of clarity regarding the news you heard about. Clarence.
No, we're coming there. That I play with any. But I was just asking you whether the Anti-Corruption Grab has reached out to you.
Yes, I've been there.
Okay.
I've been there more than twice.
And do you know when they're supposed to come out with findings on your issue?
Well, I'm expecting them by now. They should be concluding because Clarence, there is no record that link me to corruption.
That one will be that one will be determined.
The project proposal that we did.
Okay, that one will be determined. It will be determined by the responses you gave and the outcome of the investigation. But Variety reported news that while you were being suspended, they transfer your bank account and and your information to another bank, and that you were still being paid. Is that true?
Which bank? I want you to tell me which bank.
What do you know?
Okay, so let me tell you now. False, misleading. Clarence, the very day I got suspended on June 24th, immediately the finance ministry ordered my name to be removed from the payroll. Even my June pay, I didn't get that pay on time. I had to file that complaint to CSA. The moment the president suspended me, my name was removed from the payroll. And let me let you know, when I got hired, my first bank I have account with was GT Bank. Later on, I transferred from GT Bank to IB Bank. And I wrote the CSA that moving forward, I want my salary to now be transferred from GT Bank to IB Bank. And this is how I have been getting my salary all throughout. The moment I got suspended, the finance ministry removed my name from the payroll immediately. You got what I'm saying?
Oh.
And I authorized all media institutions, concerned citizens, Liberia and across the world. I gave you authority to go to IB Bank and GT Bank to get statement for the month of July and August salary to see whether it's sent or sent in my account.
Okay, Mr.
Now,
Mumbo, thank you.
needed
So,
information.
meaning you,
And this is the same lies they talk around Spoon TV because they hire them. Martin Colley, they go, they spread all this lie. The same lie on the 1.6 million. And because they tell that, okay, since we lie on him, the president did not do an investigation and just suspended him, you know, we can also carry this lie.
Okay, I don't know what I would say they lie on you, because I'm sure that they were reading papers and they had documents they were putting on. But finally, Mr. Mumbo, you are still hopeful. You are still hopeful you will be set free.
No, of course. But let me tell you, right? If you say 1.6 million, like you said, that money is so huge. You can't take that and put it in your pocket. They should have document, bank transaction, where the money came from. Is this money on the budget line? Of course, MCSS 2024-2025. There is nothing like that. No money was allotted.
Okay, but the investigation...
No NGO, no international institution gave a cent.
The investigation, don't worry. The investigation will determine that, Mr. Momo. Thank you. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning, man. Wish you well in everything you're going through.
Yes,
thank you.
As we leave this place, please go to GT Bank, IB Bank, ask all of your friends. Please go there. I authorize you and the rest of the media institution.
Thank you. Thank you, Momo.
Go to GT Bank and IB Bank.
Thank you.
Verify
Thank you.
July and August. Let them go there and see.
Mr. James Mumbo, thank you so much. The suspended head of the Morovia Consolidated School System, his name is James Mumbo. He tells us absolutely he's not on government's payroll anymore. The moment he got suspended by the president, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning took him off the payroll. In fact, he worked for June. He said, Mumbo said he worked for June to even get his June salary. He had to go to CSA. But while Mumbo was speaking, he accused Emmanuel Robertson of one of those behind all of these things. He said Robertson was leading people to destroy the place, to burn the place, and 12 different complaints he wrote. I thought they did not have merits because he said the board did not call him. So it was good. Let me just reach out to Emmanuel Robertson too, the best thing to do. Robertson, good morning.
Good morning, Brother Jackson. How are you coming on?
I'm good, Robertson. Can you just cut off the... Okay, I think you've cut it off now. No, I had to do this because I called Mr. James Mumbo to respond to allegations that he was still being paid government money through another banking institution, even though he's been suspended on allegation of corruption and has appeared before the LACC. The man is holding you responsible. The man said you are still around. You are one of those putting him in all of these things. You attempted burning down the place. You sent people there. He reported 12 different times, but the board did not do anything to you, Robertson. How do you respond, my friend?
Clarence, I'm focusing on my job. The president has given me a piece of job to do to make sure and strengthen the instructional aspect of the educational sector of our country. That's what my focus is. I'm not an HR person, nearly a CSA person to manage payroll. It is directly on the scope of administration and is in the purview of the superintendent, who have not seen payroll over the last 2 months since she became acting superintendent of the Morovia Consolidated School System. I'm not going to work on that role. My focus is to strengthen and create an able environment as an academic expert to make sure that the basic social services in the academic sector that is needed for the growth and development of that sector and provide that kind of a needed instructional material and qualified instructor to lead that payroll and make sure that the arrest agenda are successful is my focus point. I'm not going to go on who did this, who did that, what was this, what was that.
The man say you tormented him, man. But did you ever attempt burning the MCSS office?
The one thing you know, historically, over the past 20 years, do you know the Robertson to be church of character? Do you know the Robertson to be an arrogant person? Those who know me, they know me to be a very selfless person, irrespective of political divide, very humble. I came through the rank and file to have gotten to where I am today. So I'm not going to go on who took somebody from payroll, who put them back on payroll, because these are CSA issues.
Okay, Robertson.
Yes.
Okay, Robertson. Thank you. Wish you well. I thought it was good to hear from you too, except that you did not respond to the allegation that you wanted to burn the place. Did you send talks over there?
Not at all. Never in the history. Even you invited me more than 3 different times on your show. I never show up. I've been silent. I remain silent because I'm focusing on the president and the Unity Party achieving the academic goal as regards to making this place stable and quantifying the sector at an appreciated level that parents will trust public school and send their children to public school, because private school are capital intensive, and when we create that even environment, the parent will be able to will release the stress of hard-in fees on parents, for which up to now so many may not be able to afford, and they can trust the public school to send their kids.
So you are responsible for instruction at the MCSS, am I correct?
Exactly so.
Okay, Robertson, let me let you go. Emmanuel Robertson there is the assistant superintendent responsible for instructions at the Morovia Consolidated School System. He says, no, Clarence, you do not know me to be a violent person. I've never been a violent person before. I cannot be a violent person. I did not send anybody to burn MCSS. Neither did I encourage talks to go over there and torment anybody. This is the OK Morning Rush, 3 minutes up to 8 o'clock. On this line is former Deputy Presidential Press Secretary Smith Nya Maxwell Tobe. He's now one of the spokespersons. I'm saying one of the spokespersons because I want to be on the safe side. I don't know the exact positions, but I know Smith is one of the spokespersons of Musa Belete's Citizens Movement for Change. They will now go into Kwandobonu in Lofa County. What did they go to do there? But before they went, we saw, fleet of cars and yellow machines moving in there. Maxwell is on the line. Smith, good morning. It's good to have you on the Morning Rush.
Good morning, Clarence. And again, let me say a pleasant good morning to the folks following your broadcast this morning. It is a pleasure once again to be on your platform.
Smith, where are you, by the way?
Currently, I'm in Nimba. Returned from Lofa on Saturday. We are currently in Nimba County.
What are you doing in Nimba? CMC again?
Yeah, we are cutting across like we want to do. So we returned to Nimba on Saturday for one event that took place on yesterday in Ziaple, District 7 in Nimba County.
Okay. What was it?
Well, it was an endorsement. We stay in the corridor of making ourselves visible as a political party. So on yesterday, one of the representative candidate in the just ended election decided to join the CMC. In fact, he was the second runner-up in District 7, the district that Mr. Bedete won as representative. So, and the staunch supporter of the Unity Party, Bolo. He finally joined yesterday, so we've had to return to Secretary for that endorsement ceremony. So that's how we spend the evening in Secretary.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your trip to Lofa County, particularly Kwandobonu. I don't know whether you went other places in Lofa, but prior to your political leader leaving Monrovia, we saw a few pieces of yellow machines moving in there. Talk to us about the Lofa trip. Did your party make any big pronouncement there? Did you create any role? Where are the machines?
Well, again, like you rightly said, the political leader, Mr. Musa Hassan Belete, had received an invitation from Kwandobonu. Kwandobonu is a very big district in Lofa. It is made of the Bakedu, Sakonedu, and Samodu. They all are in the Kwandobonu district. So, again, a predominant Muslim district in Lofa. And I'm sure they've been following all of the conversation around Mr. Bility, his developmental work, and again, his son of their tradition. And so they extended an invitation to Mr. Musa Hassan Bility, who is the political leader of the CMC, to pay them a visit and, of course, to have several conversations traditionally, and, of course, looking at some other initiative in their district. So the Kwani Boni people extended that invitation. As per tradition, Mr. Bility accepted and decided to make a trip to Kwani Boni. So the trip to Lofa was a district request, and he honored that. Based on that, there were other conversations around accessibility in terms of road connectivity in the district. So before he departed Mosurado, he made available one of his earth-moving equipment, a yellow machine, to go to the district. So as we speak, the machine is currently in Bakedu, assessing some of the roads that will be connected in the Kwani district area. So that machine that arrived is currently in Bakedu, and the arrival of Mr. Bility was a good opportunity to see the living condition of the people of the Kwani area, the Bakedu, the Samodu, and the Sakonedu area. Like you read this, it went extremely well. The reception was good, and we're about to make several interventions in the district, not just in Bakedu, but in Samodu and in Sakonedu.
Okay, there was a particular place, I don't know the mean town, but there was this gigantic building. I don't know whether it's a high school facility, and I saw you and Mr. Bility and others and your party chairperson James Yogi go on top of the building. Did I hear Mr. Bility make a big pronouncement that by next year that building will be up and running?
So the area you're talking about is in Sakonedu.
Okay.
Not too far from the border. You know, Sakonedu is a border town bordering Lofa to Guinea. Mm-hmm. Even though not very accessible by road, we had to flip across the Worogizi mountain, driving around the mountain on the longer road to get to Sakonedu. So that community or that district had a school, but we were informed that the storm some years back de-roofed that the existing school structure. Mm. So the kids in Sakonedo have been having a very difficult time in accessing education. So the community decided to build a structure. So they erected the structure that you saw, and they've reached a point that they no longer carry the capacity to complete the structure. That's one of the main reasons why the people of Sakonedo wanted for Mr. Bility to make that visit. So when he got to Sakonedo, assessing the facility, knowing the need and seeing the importance of education, and he's now made a commitment that we are going to complete the structure and turn it over to the community or the district, so that the kids of that part of our country can again return to the classes and get access to education.
Okay, Smith, except there's something else you want to talk to us about, your trip to Kwani or somewhere else. Other than that, we can leave you now.
Well, thank you, Clarence. And we're about to hit the southeast. We've got 10 days ahead of us, rapid across the southeastern part of our country. The intervention in those counties will continue from the end of the CMC. You know that we are not in a political space yet. We are just making our assessment and intervention in the counties across Liberia. So again, you will keep seeing the movement of the CMC in all parts of the country.
Meaning you're going to southeastern region for 10 days.
10 days. In the next few days, we'll be into the southeast.
Smith, thank you so much. Smith Toby is one of the official spokespersons of Most Abilities Citizens Movement for Change. He used to be Deputy Presidential Press Secretary to President George Weah. He tells us Ability made some pronouncement in Kwaniboni. Of course, the yellow machines are still there doing assessment to do intervention on some of the roads there. Smith is telling us that they were also in Nimba, one of the contestants, one of the candidates who came second to Ability in 2023 in the 2023 elections, is now has crossed over. He's officially joined the CMC, and he says they are going to the southeastern region of the country for 10 days to interact with the people there, listen to the people, hear some of their concerns, and all of these things are going to be happening according to Smith Toby. This is the OK Morning Rush. It's right here on 99.5 OK FM from Liberia's capital, Monrovia. We are taking a very short break. When we come back here, we will tell you what's going to be happening. We hope to talk to someone else. Then we can now open the telephone line. We'll go to Nimba. Our man Franklin Dolokwe is there. Probably we'll talk to him. And then we'll come back to you right here in Monrovia. 99.5 OKFM. Don't touch your dial, because we're here to give you information right here on the radio. 99.5. I'm trying to get a music that we can squeeze up, until we can get to it. Talking to some of the folks. Yeah, so this is D12. Let's take this one. We'll be right back.
D12 on the beat. If nobody talks about you, you are nobody. If nobody chewing your bone, you are nobody. They will know everything about you more than you know yourself. Yeah. They will talk, they will talk, they will talk, just to bring you down. They will spread all your bad news more than they spread your good news. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Oh, see, let them do the talking. See, I will do the bluffing, yeah. Anything they say about me, please believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Anything they say about me, please believe it. Believe it. If nobody talks about you, you are nobody. If nobody chewing your bone, you are nobody. If you like it, you can hire your own there, just to make it juicy. Juicy. If you like, you can pour your own there, just to make it spicy. Spicy. I know you like the cheese, and you like the fries too. The fries. Sugar in the tea, cocoa in the coffee, anything you want.
Oh yeah, this is the OK Morning Rush. 9 o'clock we'll leave here. Join ELBC for a 2-hour relay where the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Kwehe Gafwan, will be. This is the Morning Rush.
Anything they say about me, please believe it. Believe it. If nobody talks about you, you are nobody. If nobody chewing your
It's 10 minutes past 8 o'clock.
body,
We are moving on. The morning rush is here to stay. Okay, this is the OK Morning Rush. It's on 99.5 FM. Right here. So yesterday, a group of young people on the banner of a youth group in Lofa County had a press conference. They're calling for the suspension. They issue a statement. The Lofa Youth for Accountability and Good Governance has been closely monitoring recent developments surrounding the indictment of Dr. Isaac Poda, president of the Lofa County University, former president Dr. Samuel Ngaima, and several senior officials of the institution by the 9th Judicial Circuit Court in Lofa County. The indictment following a detailed investigation by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission cites serious allegations of massive corruption and financial impropriety, including economic sabotage, theft of property, misapplication of entrusted property, criminal conspiracy, and conflict of interest for private gain. The amounts involved reportedly run into hundreds of thousands of US dollars and millions of Liberian dollars, representing a serious breach of fiduciary duty and public trust. They say, as young people committed to transparency, accountability, and the rule of law, the group is deeply concerned that individuals formally indicted on such grave charges remain in positions of authority. The continued presence of these officials in leadership roles sets a dangerous precedent, they say, undermining public confidence in Lofa County University and casts doubt on the government's broader anti-corruption agenda. Institutions of learning, particularly public universities, must be protected from corruption, as they are not only centers of education but also symbols of societal progress and hope for future generations. The group's stance is firmly grounded in Liberian law, it says. The National Code of Conduct, a code of public officials and employees of government, particularly Section 1.3.6, prohibits public officials from engaging in activities that present a conflict of interest and bans them from using public office for private gain. The Public Financial Management Law further restricts the misuse of public resources and empowers oversight authorities to recommend sanctions, including suspension. They say Section 15.54 of the Penal Code of Liberia criminalizes the misuse of entrusted property. When these laws are considered together, it is clear that the indictment of public officials necessitates their immediate suspension to preserve institutional integrity, prevent interference with ongoing investigations, and protect the public interest. The principle of suspending indicted officials is not without precedent in Liberia. They made references to the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf regime, and they came down to say this case also carries profound implications for the office of the President of Liberia. Lofa County is the home of the sitting President Joseph Boakai. The manner in which this matter is addressed will reflect directly on his administration's commitment to accountability, transparency, and the rule of law. Failure to act decisively, they said, may be interpreted as a tacit approval or tolerance of corruption within institutions located in his home county, potentially weakening public trust and providing political opponents with grounds to question the sincerity of the government's governance reforms. Conversely, this says, immediate suspension of indicted officials will reinforce the government's anti-corruption stance, protect the credibility of public institutions, and strengthen the president's legacy as a leader who upholds the rule of law without fear or favor. These young people in Lofa. Remember, there is a practice under our laws that talks about the issue of presumption of innocence. This is the OK Morning Rush. It's on 99.5 OK FM from the nation's capital, right here in Moravia. Coming up shortly, we'll open the lines. You can call us and talk to us on 0777 700 995, 0555 995 995, and the other numbers, talking about some of the issues that matters to Liberia and some of the issues we talked about this morning on the show right here on OKFM. Let's stick to the lines now. 0777 700 995, 555 995 995, and the other numbers. Hello.
Good morning, Piso. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Let's hear you.
Okay, this is Abenigo Newton. I call for District in Mozambique County.
Yep.
Okay, let me say thanks to the president for making new appointments at the Minister of State. But it is something that is looking confusing. This president is someone that noticed if you are not an associate, I believe that you will not be appointed to that position. It is something that is disingenuous because every Liberian has the equity abilities and the full right to serve any capacities of the government, your credential and experience. But this person is noted when you are not a friend or a childhood friend, automatically you will not be appointed to that position. And it's something that's very affront us, and I think the person needs to refrain from that.
Are you also indicating that all of the people who are appointed in the government, even though some of them very young, they are the president's friends?
Yeah. Not as much, but there are other strategic positions, and the president always been noticed of that. For example, the previous state minister who just passed, we were told historically that he had been a childhood friend to the president. And this current man who just appointed, we have been told that he said the president at the time when he was vice president during the 12-year administration. So because of that, he has been moved to appoint this man.
Now, Chief, wait 1 minute. Do you know the function of the Minister of State and the role he or she is supposed to play in the president's office?
Well, it is true that particular function, you are there to help the president to administer some of the administrative policies and programs that require a executive action on behalf of the state, right? And I believe that there are competencies of Liberians who have that full responsibility to do so.
Let me ask you again before going forward, my brother. Let's assume you were president of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Can you appoint somebody to lead your office that you don't know, a stranger, maybe somebody your girlfriend away, you know the person, maybe your girlfriend for a few times. Can you trust somebody whose reputation you know from anywhere to lead your office, to head your office?
So, Mr. Johnson, let me ask you, so you want to take that particular position to be a personal position? Let's agree that position...
What you call personal? Wait now, what you call personal now? Appointments in government are at the discretion of the president. But the Minister of State is almost looking at your driver or your cook. Those positions are not... They're supposed to be somebody that you trust. Somebody that you know. Somebody that know you. Somebody that by the time you sit down when you want sleep, they will know that you want sleep. Somebody who know what kind of food you love. Somebody who know when you go to bed. Somebody when you saying certain things, they know they ain't supposed to be there or they supposed. Somebody who's supposed to know you, I don't know to what level. And you think that just ordinary person, you just going to make Minister of State in your office, my brother? Thank you, man, Chief. Let's take another call. That one there, power, my man, leave it, man. Your chief of office town, there's supposed to be somebody that you know. I beg you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Johnson calling for Tubo rotation number 4.
No, I'm not Julius. I'm Clarence.
Oh, Clarence. Sorry, Clarence Johnson. Veteran Clarence. So you see, before I raise my point, there's something I want to bring to you, to the public. This time, all the government officials, the majority of them put this satellite over their car, while the masses not get food to eat.
Satellite?
Even the current LRA boss, they play A680. That car carries satellite over A, and the person not able to, children not going to school, but you check most of the government official car now, they starting satellite that it is flying away over their car. And you check that thing more than $600 US for A. But this
so double Jala car gets satellite over here?
Double Jala car, as I'm speaking to you, get satellite over A. the black Nissan Jeep, that 100,000 that step that ain't driving.
Okay, wait 1 minute now. Why it is true that I've not seen the car anyway? But why, if there is money in the budget, I don't know how much for the car, right? But why? But wait now, Chi, wait, bossman, wait now, my man, wait.
Okay.
Why, if there's an appropriation in the budget to buy you car that cost maybe 2,000? I'm just saying now, just for the benefit of us talking. Why, if you get money in the car in the budget to buy 2,000 for car, but that 2,000 car, it got satellite in it, and you bought a car for 2,000, but satellite in it or whatever money.
No,
what's wrong with that?
Satellite, a new satellite program in La Piro.
Okay.
And that man had it over his car. UL, they want to allocate 251,000 for UL to open. But they want to put satellite over their car and they sit down.
This is strange.
Children supposed to go to school. They're not in school. Now the president, Dr. McFarlane, is at the edge of resigning. Children not in school, but they put this satellite all over their cars and pass around it.
I will reach out to how they call him, Kaini Sigbe, to find out what his government got satellite over your car. As a matter of fact, sometime this week I will host the president of the University of Liberia, Dr. Ledem Amapaya, will be here. Hello.
Hello, Clarence.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you need to do that because we are in serious, terrible times.
Yeah, the guy is talking about Starlink. You know, I don't know how expensive it is, but I'll find out. But Nika, you signing? I don't know. You where are you? You're not signing something?
Oh, I'm signing you.
You're not. You're signing. No, what I'm saying, I'm not talking about the voice. I'm talking about the output from the telephone.
Okay, let me volume from the ANC. I think. So how is it now? I think it's better now.
I think it's better now. You can. We can go ahead. Go ahead.
No, but I was saying, please confirm that because the interim manager thing will be grossly disappointed in Double because I have a high regard for him. You know, the Canada Central. I think the president should honor him as a national idol or something because people respect him a whole lot. You know, there's a moral transgression where it may not be a financial or legal corruption, right? Mm-hmm. You can have people suffering all over the country. There's no food to eat. We don't have money to go to school.
Especially sometimes I always believe that public office calls for molesting. That's my kind of stuff.
Cool. That's the war. And so even if they were enshrined in the project, our president will not expect somebody like that who I know with a modest person.
I will reach out to the LRA.
But you know me to be an objective critic for the government, right? So I like to see only the appointment of the staff. Only should argue with the president or with that teacher.
You can trust me, man. You're coming in broken. You're coming in broken.
30 points. I think we got to come up, man. But it's some outside. Already to neutralize the doors from outside. But I'm just saying. Nobody who understands anything about governance should criticize the president's decision when it comes to the person has appointed as the chief of staff. This person has to be completely loyal. This person has to be a personal confidant because you want everything.
That's why I know.
Integrated, yeah.
Nobody wants to make a stranger chief of staff.
It doesn't work that way. And that way, anybody on this one, we're having to deal with. Even though I'm not the president of the president, I'm not looking for a job. I just see my stuff the way I see.
Even though when they give you one, you will not refuse it.
Well, I have a right to work for my country.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I know, Gabriel Nikan.
It will be a choice. Clarence, you know, I'm beating my chest. I can humbly say to you, one of the many Liberians who qualified experience as far as government is concerned, right?
Okay, Nika.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Nika. Thank you. We gotta let you go, Gabriel Nika, right there. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Kafumari Donzo calling from Voyama.
Oh, Donzo, you are calling from Vonjam. How you listening to us? On your telephone or what?
Yeah, you got online now.
Okay, all right, okay. Let's hear you from Vanjama.
Yeah, Clara, this is my concern about our local community college.
Lofa County University.
Yes.
Yeah.
The president has been going around anytime LACC take decision that this.
Oh wow. I didn't cut you off. The phone is still on. I don't know. You got some issues there. Hello from Vanjama. Hello there. Oh wow, he went off. Hello. Good morning.
Morning, Clarence. This is Joseph from Monrovia.
Okay.
Yeah, good. So I'll listen to your first, second, and including all representatives.
Nika.
Why have we been disingenuous here? I mean, Starlink costs $350 $50 per month for a subscription. So how is that? Yeah, Starlink. I mean, what people are using now that he's referring to as satellite is Starlink.
Yeah.
Which costs $350 for installation and $50 monthly for subscription.
Okay.
Secondly, you're trying to do things in a second color's head. Your chief of staff has to be a confidant.
I mean, can you imagine?
It's I really admire when you said even when you're about to sleep, he knows.
But your chief of staff is supposed to know you so much that when you look in your face, that message.
Of course, there's somebody that has to know you in and out. This man served with the vice president when he was vice president for 12 years, so he knows him in and out. So, I mean, these are the kind of person you choose as your chief of staff. Thank you for informing me about this.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Hello, yeah.
Hello, Clarence.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I'm Steven Kolako Jala.
Okay, Jala. Calling from where?
I'm calling from Vanjama.
Okay, the Vanjama people calling too much money. Yeah, Kolako, let's hear you.
Yeah.
No, Jala.
Clarence,
Jala. Your last name
I
is
want to
Jala.
speak to the issue of the university.
Yeah.
You recall the president of the Lofa County University was indicted recently by the LACC for several criminal offenses at the university. What we are calling for right now is that the president of the Republic of Liberia save the image of the university. This university has been in the media for the wrong reason over the last several months. At this time, we think it is time for the president of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yimabwaga, to recall the appointment of Dr. Puda or suspend him so that he can go through the court to clear himself.
Okay.
Because our university, we are very disheartened that our university will be going through these kinds of bad news in the media every time Lofa County University. We don't want that. We want somebody who will come to run this university so that we will be able to continue our learning on this side of the country.
Thank you. Let me hold all of you there. The spokesperson of the Liberia Revenue Authority, Kaini Sigbe, is on this line, probably to speak about the gazewa, the internet or what? Is it make something on a car? Kaini, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence Jackson, and good morning to the listening public. We received a couple of calls from maybe our colleagues and there is a claim on the radio, on your radio, that we believe in so much, that somebody sees Commissioner Joe bought a luxury vehicle and has installed
satellite. The man said the man got satellite on a car.
On the president. Clarence, you know, sometimes when people get up in the morning, they're trying to create content or talk things that make people to listen to them, even if that issue is not that relevant. They try to hang on people who are committed to doing their job for the betterment of this country. First, It's a lie that the CG has bought a vehicle. The Commissioner General is using the vehicle that was being used by the former Commissioner General, may his soul rest in peace.
Okay.
And all of the Deputy Commissioner Generals are using their same old cars from the past administration. LRA is looking for money to invest in revenue enhancement activity, to take revenue collection to $1 billion and empower the government to change the country infrastructure and development.
Have you guys, even though it's the old car, have you guys installed the Starlink or satellite?
There is absolutely nothing as such. It's not true.
Okay.
To the best of all the information we have,
thank you.
And the Commissioner General is not carrying satellite. I mean, I know Liberia has a satellite.
Thank you, Kaini. But that one we're reaching out now for you to tell. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, LRA has spoken, man. They say, in fact, they may not even get new car. They same old car, the late Thomas Joe now are using, the men still using it. There's no Starlink, nothing there. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. How are you? What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Mamadi Chivikane, and I join you from Lofa, one of the lead campaigner of Lofa U for Good Governance.
Yeah, what you say, boss man?
Yes, we just want to amplify our voice, most especially to His Excellency Joseph Nima Boakai, that what are some of the things that he did in terms of suspension, they should also follow suit in his own county, that is Lofa County. Even the president himself that is there, when the HR and that of the DPAA and other people were being impacted, they were being suspended to go and clear. We are not saying that he is guilty because it's an indictment, but let him recuse high so that the investigation can go on free and fair. All of the people, not just the president, all of those that are being indicted at the local county university.
Okay, thank you, my friend. Let's go this way. Hello? Hello?
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is
I don't know where you're calling from, but the way you're signing is...
My name is Augustus Pigo, and I'm calling from Broadway in the morning.
Okay, Augustus.
You know, Clarence, the country, sometimes we just say anything about people, we all have any proof. Because I call just about the Jarasa. Just this time, just started let me was started at Bioka. We are this in the country. Especially about politics. How is that important that somebody can't tell me they could not go to school? He may have come up to buy car 1,000 school not to go to school in the country. There will be challenge, there will be challenges. Now, let me come to the issue of 4. You see all the reports, Clarence? When financial people mismanage financial activities in the country, and they are fired for the mismanagement, the people get to any country. As a financier, we need to be serious about how to keep records. The entire country of the Clarence for Foreign Ministry of the President Office. We are not careful in keeping documents.
In keeping record?
In keeping record.
Okay.
The country is careless. They need to work careless in managing record. That's why we for it. So anyway, the money. But because we are not careful on documentation.
Okay.
That's why we for it. So when we say in the private sector, you mismanage people's record, and they are brought down in a problem with relative. You call it. So we don't do kind of thing. The content for head of entity, computer, will not go nowhere.
Okay, brother. Thank you. Hello?
Good morning. I'm Clarence Jackson. Let me say good morning to the people of Liberia.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you, activist Martin Renner. And I do join you this morning from Luja office in West Point, Liberia United for Justice and Accountability. Quickly, 2 different issues quickly. Let me say this, Veteran Clarence Jackson. Sometimes we Liberians don't want to say the hardcore truth, but in fact go behind our horse and say the hardcore truth and come on radio and be hypocritical in to the Liberian people. Let us be analytical, physical, spiritual, and logical.
My
and
man,
relate to
Julius listening to you. That you're inventing, you can be doing that.
I come in.
I just warning you. I just let you know that Julius is following.
Yeah, sure. I agree with that person. But yes, it. How can someone say to me or say to the Liberian people that for one person to be an operative staff, that person should come from somewhere. That person should not be in a local contract of your governance administration.
In a what?
I can say that to me.
In a what?
I believe.
Rana, you say that person should be in a what?
Come again.
You say the person should be in a what of the government? Mackley, are you there? Rana. Hey man, I'm go again. Rana, are you there? You say the person should be in what? No coco, so what the boss say what there? Hello, Julius, your mayor again. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Why are you laughing? Good morning, man. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Lafayette Bernard from Bapolu County.
All right, Lafayette.
Comment, you have always investigated more issues surrounding the corruption issue across the country. But something is happening in Bapolu. I have not been hearing you on it. And I think at about this time it's important for us to flag it. Bapolu, several other officials have been indicted, and not only the LACC report now, but the 16th Judicial Circuit Court in Bapolu. Yeah, so
trust me, I started getting some documents already. I am looking at these documents regarding how machines left from the Freeport of Monrovia, who took the machines. I'm not the kind of guy who would just jump into things. I like facts. I can trust, but I can verify. So I got some of the documents. Don't worry. I'm looking at them. I'm talking to other sources.
That thing is trickling into our own economies, and a lot of huge money for that were intended for development and livelihood that just swept under the carpet by all of people, all of officials. So the investigation also good for you to come in the media.
Exactly. And like I told you, I got some of the documents. I'm still looking at them, but again, I'm still talking to sources to see what are these documents are. The real documents. Hello?
Hello?
Finally, yes?
Good morning.
Good morning, Chair. How are you? What's your name?
I'm Mohamed Kerem, calling from Lofa Voyama.
Too many Voyama calls this morning. You got one big radio listening or what? What you want to say?
Yeah, regard to when you were just reading about the president, the university president, Mr. Poda, have been indicted by LECC, and we're asking the president to suspend him because he himself done the same thing. When he came in, he suspended some officials and the allegation of the corruptions. They sent it to LECC. And then the LECC have brought his name today with some of the members of the board of trustees. They are being indicted. But this morning, he's in a temple here. So it's a ballot place.
Yeah, but because the man has not been suspended, so the man is still president of the college of the university, so he's doing his work.
So when they indicted him, they even issue a regular arrest. So they all free off from the county to Monrovia.
But that one is a prerogative of the court and the judiciary. If the court issues
so
a real affair.
This is why I'm asking the president now to immediately suspend all of the officials that he be indicted by LCC.
Thank you. A lot of calls from LOFA. They're saying the president should suspend the president of the LOFA University after being implicated and accused of corruption and is being indicted. I'm not taking any more calls. I have on the line Nima County Superintendent Miape Gondo, who recently went to Japan for the expo. In fact, I don't know. I hate to say for the first time because sometimes your kind of account of the history may not be correct. But I noticed she took a local journalist from Ganta in really go and be with her. How do I know? Because I saw her post and I saw him at the airport. Madam Superintendent, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for joining us on OKFM this morning, man.
Good morning, Clarence. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay. How was the trip to Japan?
It was okay. It was okay. We returned from Japan after the expo on the 29th. It was an opportunity to attend the Women Forum at the expo that brought together the views of women in leadership. There was also the Business Forum, but more especially, there was the Liberia National Day, we were there around our Flag Day. So we were able to take part in a lot of activities that showcase Liberia. I think you even saw our lone devil from Nimba, and there was the foreign minister there. And so we were able to showcase a lot for Liberia, which is good.
Oh.
The overall, it was good, and I was able to take local leaders along with me, which for me was more rewarding for them.
How many persons did you take with you along, and what roles are they playing in? What different roles do they play in Nimba?
So we have 3 female commissioners. They are the only women commissioners out of the 19 commissioners. And then you have the county budget analyst, and you have women leaders from the Nima Community Bank. And obviously we have one journalist, which was really going to help us there.
Hey, man, Madam Superintendent, you care 3 district commissioners, they are all women. You couldn't put one male district commissioner there, said, man.
You saw that,
yeah, man,
These women have not had the kind of opportunities. The same was a women leadership forum. We felt that let's expose our women leaders. So I'm telling you, the chair the caucus said that they said so a very opportunity only for women. The last time you were going after Bajan for the climate, you carried the clan chief who was a woman. So next time.
Yeah, I know. Madam Gono, did you explore any opportunity for any silent discussion with anybody for Nimba?
Yeah, so one thing we have coming up, and it was a good time that I was able to talk to the ambassador of ECOWAS and other people to promote. You see, our assembly point of 1959, the first meeting, the historic house of the OAU, so we fully renovated the place. We're now doing furnishing. We are waiting for some of the things we order from abroad, but we want that second greatest gathering in Standing College. From that of 1959, we want to remake it and redo it. And we want to invite the countries involved, Guinea, where His Excellency Ama Sekou Touré came from, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. We want to redo that meeting, possibly in December. So
wow.
The statues to see, because we have turned we've turned the building into presidential guest lodge.
Okay.
So you're going to have the suite, you're going to have the Kwame Nkrumah, of course our host president Totman. I would have wanted to open it on his birthday, except that some of the things we order might not be here. We'll need some more time for planning. But since all of this is under the worker-led government, we're also going to have the Human Porker presidential suite. Then we're going to have 2 other executive suites. We'll have to have one in honor of the vice president from Nima, the Honorable Jeremiah Franco, and we're going to have one for the president that never became Jackson Fiasco. So it's a lot of stuff moving, and the people we want the way we want it. We want to have some of those type of discussions. When we were in Azerbaijan for the climate, I was able to push with the folks for the UNCP and to bring the first biggest botanical garden to this country. As I speak to you, the MOU has been signed. The work has started going towards Standing College. You're going to have 5 acres of a beautiful botanical garden there. The work is already in process. So from this place, we're able to there working, preparing for the opening of the OAU assembly point of 1959. Re-emphasizing the historic nature, the first historic meeting that took place in Standing College July 9, 1959.
Well, that's good. Another thing that caught my attention was, I don't know whether it was official or it was a test of something. Is the airstrip in Sanikole officially open now? Did I see a small helicopter going there or what?
Yeah, a small plane landed there, not helicopter.
Okay, a small plane, yeah.
Yeah, so the first phase is done. You can land small planes now, so Samaritan Purse landed there. But we are holding off the opening because when we got the technical people involved, Samaritan Purse, first of all, we said thank you for all the contribution and what they did. When we had the LAA come in, we understood that where the work was done, we land small private planes. But I'm saying no, we want it at a commercial level. We want it extended where we are able to bring in commercial planes. That way it creates jobs and provide opportunities for our citizens. So we've negotiated with the land around there, and we're still talking to them to come in and help us get it to the commercial level. So yes, plane lender for the on the airstrip. First thing in more than 20 years, our people are excited, but we are still working on it to get it to that commercial standard.
Okay, this one falls exactly under Aslam and Tar, but I don't know whether the leadership of NIMBA could talk to the company to reopen. Madam Superintendent, the good thing is that you are from right over the second part, and so you know that whole bypass will repent. You know the Graphy area was one place that every plane will land. I mean, my late brother managed that place until the war broke out and all had to flee the place. Do you know whether there are plans to reopen Graphy?
Well, we will work with them. They themselves, they bring in choppers and small landing equipment. And this is why we are fighting Clarence to have our field at a commercial level. And that way they can pay fees for anything landing within the place. Exactly. And we can also ensure that those aircrafts are landed in Sanikole and at our own ports of entry.
I know.
Discussions are in place, even when it comes to the Tapeta script. I'm sure you're familiar with the Tapeta script as well.
Yeah. Okay. Now, before I let you go, every time I get you, for me, it's an opportunity. Since you're in Tapeta, let's talk about the Tapeta project. The commissioner compound there. Any update about it?
Well, so in Tapeta, we are nearing completion with the presidential guest house. It will be the guest home that most time I would say, because I promised the people, so like September, October, I'm going to be working from Tapeta a lot. That is near completion. It just was the last type of finishing that I want. But most of the funds have gone in for the stable compound, which is the presidential lodge. So it's 3 water or probably bigger. So that will be going on the way because Nima is very big. Sometimes His Excellency will take that road going to Grandia. Sometimes the Vice President is moving about a lot. Guests of the county, Tapeta is a place of hospitality. So the construction of the civil compound will be going on, but also in Tapeta now, what is nearly completed is the guest lodge Tapeta. So we're working on that together, and Tapeta will soon be a place. I'm telling you, a lot of people will be going because I'm working from Lower Nima a lot myself.
Finally, Cole, your development, your quest for the development of NIMBA seem very, very huge. I don't know where you want to take this thing, but it seems you're so ambitious in, trying to see what kind of NIMBA do you envisage, whether infrastructurally or academically or whatever, maybe 3 years from now. What do you hope to see NIMBA?
A more united NIMBA to begin with, a more developed NIMBA, and a NIMBA that will become the destination. Most time within a unitary state, most time things have been centralized. People come to see Monrovia. We have started to change that game. A lot more people will just leave town and come NIMBA for vacation. We want to focus on our tourism. You hear me talking about the 1959. And if you were to come to Second Part, you will see the active construction of the new markets worth over 300,000 with daycare and everything, moving that market to get way to Lake City. So the NIMBA we want to see is a NIMBA that focuses on its rich tradition, on its rich history, on tourism, on education, a more educated NIMBA, more spiritually guided NIMBA, or more united NIMBA, a more developed NIMBA. So as a developer, that's why I'm there, to see the indicators as a person who wants to see the president's agenda realized in Nimba, and you know the agenda of His Excellency President Boyka is one of development, it's one of uplifting the lives of his people. So being the frontline person for him, that is what I want for Nimba. This is a county that overwhelmingly voted for the president, endorsed his leadership, and put a trust in him. And so because of that, we want to deliver to our people a more developed Nimba, or more united Nimba, or Nimba that is becoming. Right now, Nimba is the new political and economic frontier, but we want to see it being the destination.
Madam Superintendent, thank you so much for always availing yourself to us. What do you say to the Nimbayans in Monrovia probably listening to you this morning?
I would just like them to know that we are in one spirit, Nimba Kwado, we are one people. I would like them to support their county's agenda, even when they are far from home, which they are in favor of doing. Continue to do what you do best. Nimba is the only place you will be driving all the way in Buyao, and you will see upstairs buildings. You will see our people who will leave from diaspora, who will leave from Monrovia, who will leave from gold mines in Sino, who will leave from Bapolu, and they are still investing in their home time. That is the spirit of Nimba. We are testing development. We must not stop. Continue to support your county, support your leadership, and with all that support and collective effort, we will support the development of this country, because this president is committed to decentralization of this country.
By the way, even though I said finally, but maybe they want to finally now. The county meat is gradually creeping on us. How prepared is Nimba getting?
Nimba is getting prepared. You know, Nimba is one of those counties that if Nimba is not there, not much momentum, because our people are so loyal. So that we are getting there. The district league will officially kick off September 13th.
Okay.
So we are getting our district. We're gathering our people, and there's some big things I don't want to break here with the county meet, but I will come back. Let me allow the euphoria. A lot, Nimba will be coming up very bigly this time, and Nimba will be coming up flamboyantly. So
I like that, flamboyantly.
Flamboyantly, that's who we are. You're going to see our team moving like no other. We're committed to it, and we will be breaking our news. I will come back on this show, but also I will be inviting you soon to come and take a look at the OAU place once we have it in context.
Yeah. Thank you. I like to come and see the OAU place, see the air square. You know, I've seen all those places before, especially second part, the project you talk about. I can't wait to see it. And as a matter of fact, I think the administration, you people were strategic, because right to second part over there, when you go and complete, you know, you have an impression. You go and you keep out. That's good. Superintendent Kogono, thank you so much.
Already, pleasure was mine. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Nimba County Superintendent Miampe Kogondo is a very, very, very insightful man name. Miampe. Every time you hear the man say Miampe, you know, her name reflects, you know, the generality of the people in Nimba and the kind of work you want to do. She's everybody's thing. Miampe, you know. But let's take a break to be right back. We are gradually winding down 9 o'clock. We'll leave studio here to join our colleagues at ELBC to do a show with the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Gafuan. But let's take a break. We'll be back, man. Okay, so this is how I will leave you. Leaving our technicians with the rest of the minutes to get set. Join ELBC for a relay of the show with the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. I'll be back here tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I will host a ranking official of the European Union. Is a special representative to the Sahel. Will be here tomorrow as our guest on the show. You know we never lied to you. Okay, my name is Piso, man. Bye-bye.